Hello guys, welcome back to Popcorn in Bed. I'm so happy you are here. I hope you're having a good week, day, even hour. You look great, and I just want you to know that I'm happy to be watching a movie with you right now. I am watching My Fair Lady. This has been in a lot of polls over the years and come very close, but I thought with Valentine's Day, I was gonna have it in a classic love poll, but I thought it would just win. I'm like, I'm just gonna watch it and still do the classic love poll, which was Breakfast at Tiffany's, which won. And this whole time with My Fair Lady, I thought it was Elizabeth Taylor who was in this, but I just saw that it's Audrey Hepburn. So I'm watching two Audrey movies in a row, which is great because I adore her and think she's a little angel. Although I did not watch a lot of classics before the channel, I had always heard of My Fair Lady. I know this is a musical, and I like musicals. I would not say there are people who love musicals, and I didn't grow up with musicals except for Sound of Music, and I'm not a musical person, as in I suck at instruments and singing and all that. So I like them for sure. I loved Singing in the Rain, White Christmas, and I am excited to watch this. As I have been going on this movie journey the last few years, it always makes me feel more accomplished when I watch these classics that, that so many movies have taken so much inspiration from. And so we're gonna watch My Fair Lady finally. So remember, if you want to vote on polls, have early access, full-length reactions, here's Patreon. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell, and podcast. Let's go. I wonder if I'll recognize any of the songs in this from, just hearing them throughout my life. Audrey Hepburn. Now that I think of it, I don't know did she continue acting as she got older? Everything that I think I've seen has been a young Audrey. She wasn't the one that married the prince. No, that was Grace Kelly. I also find that musicals generally, so you watch it and then you listen to the music for the next 10 days or whatever, and then you love it. So I feel like it takes a rewatch or just listening to the music over and over. Sorry, I need to see what year this was. 64, okay. And Breakfast at Tiffany's was after that. No, 61, okay. Okay, but it looks like this is even before, this is a time period before the 60s maybe. The hats, look at the hats.
Look where you're going, dear, look where you're going.
That's Audrey Hepburn?
Varlet's trotting the mad. Is there any sign of it stopping?
I'm afraid not. It's worse than before.
Oh, worse is a sign it's nearly over. Cheer up, Captain.
Here's 3 halfpence. Is that an news to you?
Thank you, sir.
He didn't even take the flower.
You be careful. Better give him a flower for it. There's a bloke here behind that pillar taking down every blessed word you're saying.
Spoke to himself to ask him to buy a flower off me!
Don't start.
What's all the blooming noise?
Showing me character and driving me on the streets for speaking to gentlemen!
Who's hurting you, you silly girl? What you take me for?
Shut up. Do I look like a policeman?
Then what you take down me words for? How do I know you took me down right? You just show me what you wrote.
Her accent.
What's that? That ain't proper writing. I can't read it.
Buy your flower off a poor gal. Where are all your people down at Chelsea?
Who told you my people come from Chelsea?
Never mind, they do. You come to be up so far east. You were born in Lisson Grove.
Is there my leaving Lisson Grove? It wasn't fit for a pig to live in, and I had to pay fines.
That noise.
Come, he can't touch you. You've a right to live where you please.
Where do I come from?
Hoxton.
Well, who said I didn't? Blimey, you know everything.
Do you think you could find me a taxi?
This lady. What's this guy's deal?
Harrow. Cambridge, India.
Quite right.
You might spot an Irishman or a Yorkshireman by his brogue, but I can place a man within 6 miles.
Oh, by their accent.
A man who utters such disgusting and depressing noises has no right to be anywhere, no right to live.
Okay.
Listener of the gutters. Condemned by every syllable she utters. By right, she should be taken out and hung.
Oh my gosh, that's a little overkill.
Hear them down in Soho Square, dropping H's everywhere.
Go to school.
What do you take me for, a fool?
But no one taught him take instead of tyke.
Take me for a fool.
Gone, the keeper in her place. Not her wretched clothes and dirty face.
Well, he's very condescending.
Get? Oh, why can't the English learn to set a good example to people whose English is painful to your ears? Why can't the English teach their children how to speak? Norwegians learn Norwegian. The Greeks are taught their Greek. Every Frenchman knows his language from A to Z. The French don't care what they do, actually, as long as they pronounce it properly. Use proper English, you're regarded as a freak. Why can't the English? Why can't the English speak?
This is reminding me a little of Mary Poppins.
You see this creature with her curbstone English, the English that'll keep her in the gutter till the end of her days?
Wow. Tell me how you really feel.
I could even get her a job as a lady's maid or a shop assistant, which requires better English.
Ew, what's that you say?
You squashed cabbage leaf.
Oh my gosh.
I could pass you off as the Queen of Sheba. Do you know Colonel Pickering, the author of Spoken Sanskrit?
I am Colonel Pickering. Who are you?
I'm Henry Higgins, author of Higgins' Universal Alphabet.
Came from India to meet you.
Why, flower kind sir, I'm shot for me lodging.
Liar. You said you could change half a crown.
Here, take the old blooming basket for sixpence.
A reminder. How many are there, actually?
How many what?
Indian dialects.
I thought they were gonna make a bet to see if he actually could turn her into a duchess.
All I want is a room somewhere far away from the cold night air. Oh, wouldn't it be lovely?
I didn't know she sang. I didn't know she had such a beautiful voice.
Warm face, warm hands, warm feet. Oh, wouldn't it be lovely? I would never budge till spring crept over my windowsill. Someone's head resting on my knee takes good care of me. Oh, wouldn't it be lovely?
All I want is a room somewhere far away from the cold night air with one
With one enormous chair.
Wouldn't it be lovely?
Should we be worried about her basket with her money in it?
Anything. I give her everything. I give her the greatest gift any human being can give to another. Life.
Life.
I introduced her to this here planet I did with all its wonders and marvels.
He wants Eliza for her money?
I give her all that, then I disappears and leaves her on her own to enjoy it.
It's one way to look at it.
There she is.
His voice, the dad, is reminding me of Mick Dundee. I know, it's weird. I don't know. Close your eyes.
Hop along, Charlie, you're too old for me.
I know her. Come on, I'll find her.
I love flowers.
Eliza, what a surprise.
Not a brass farthing.
Yeah, you come here, Eliza.
I ain't going to take me hard-earned wages and let you pass them on to a bloody pub keeper.
You wouldn't have the heart to send me home to your stepmother without a drop of liquid protection, now would you? Well, I'm willing to marry her. It's me that suffers by it. I'm a slave to that woman, Eliza, just because I ain't a lawful husband. Slip your old dad just £500 to go home on.
Well, I had a bit of luck myself last night.
Yeah?
So, yeah. Don't keep coming around counting £500 from me.
I could even get her a job as a lady's maid or a shop assistant, which requires better English.
This is kind of cute, all the street vendors together preparing for everything.
I could even get her a job as a lady's maid or a shop assistant, which requires better English. Now, how many vowel sounds do you think you've heard altogether?
I counted 24.
Wrong by 100.
What?
To be exact, you've heard 130. Now, listen to them one at a time.
Must I? I'm really quite done up for one morning.
Is that him?
My name is of no concern to you whatsoever.
One moment, please.
London is getting so dirty these days. I'm Mrs. Pierce, the housekeeper. I'd like to see the professor, please. Could you tell me what it's about? Business of a personal nature.
It's gonna be like a rags to riches, turn her into a princess story.
I thought perhaps you wanted her to talk into your machine.
Has she an interesting accent?
Simply ghastly, Mr. Higgins.
Good. We'll set her talking, and then I'll take her down first in Bell's visible speech, then in broad Romic, and then we'll get her on the phonograph so that you can turn her on whenever you want with the written transcript before you.
This guy's like, I'm out.
The pleasure of a word with your
Oh, no. This is the girl I jotted down last night. Now, be off with you. I don't want you.
Don't be so saucy. You ain't heard what it come for yet. Well, I ain't come here to ask for any compliment, and if my money's not good enough, I can go elsewhere. I'm come to have lessons, I am, and to pay for 'em too, make no mistake.
And, what do you expect me to say?
Well, if you was a gentleman, you might ask me to sit down, I think. Don't I tell you I'm bringing you business?
Ask this baggage to sit down, or should we just throw her out of the window?
Ah!
What do you want, my girl?
Make a wager. Make them competitive about it.
He said he could teach me. Well, here I am, ready to pay him, not asking any favour, and he treats me as if I was dirt. I know what lessons cost as well as you do, and I'm ready to pay. Sit down, girl. Do as you're told. Oh.
What's your name?
Eliza Doolittle.
Eliza Doolittle? I've heard that name.
How much you propose to pay me for these lessons?
Lady friend of mine gets French lessons for 18 an hour from a real French gentleman. You wouldn't have the face to ask me the same for teaching me my own language as you would for French. I won't give more than a shilling. Take it or leave it.
You know, Pickering, if you think of a shilling, simple shilling, but as a percentage of this girl's income, it works out as fully equivalent of 60 or 70 pounds from a millionaire.
What are you talking about? Where would I get £60? I never offered you £60.
Hold your tongue.
Sit down. Nobody's going to touch your money.
Someone's going to touch you with a broomstick if you don't stop snivelling.
He really can't deal with emotions. I mean, she is quite overreacting.
I'll bet you all the expenses of the experiment that you can't do it. I'll even pay for the lessons.
Oh, you're real good. Thank you, Captain.
Almost irresistible.
I knew it. Once they make it competitive, they'll go for it.
I'll make a duchess of this draggle-tailed gutter snipe.
Ow!
We'll start today.
Dragon-tailed gutter snipe.
Take all her clothes off and burn them and ring up and order some new ones. Wrap her in brown paper till they come. If she gives you any trouble, wallop her.
I'll call the police, I will. You can't walk over everybody like this.
Walk over everybody?
Yeah.
I merely suggested we should be kind to this poor girl. I didn't express myself clearly. It was I didn't wish to hurt her delicacy.
But, sir, you can't take a girl up like that, as if you were picking up a pebble on the beach. What about her parents? She may be married. Gone.
There, as the girl very properly says, gone.
Who'd marry me?
By George, Eliza, streets will be strewn with the bodies of men shooting themselves for your sake before I've done with you. Pierce, don't ring up and order those new clothes. Throw her out.
Stop, Mr. Higgins. I won't allow it. Go home to your parents, girl.
Does it occur to you, Higgins, the girl has some feelings?
Thank you.
Oh, no, I don't think so. No feelings you need worry about.
I've got my feelings same as anyone else. Mr. Higgins, I must know on what terms the girl is to be here. You must look ahead a little, sir.
What's to become of her if we leave her in the gutter? And I've done with her, we'll throw her back in the gutter, and then it'll be her own business again. So that'll be all right, won't it?
You don't care for nothing but yourself.
True.
Here, I've had enough of this. I'm going, I am.
Have some chocolates, Eliza.
How do I know what might be in them? I've heard a girl's been dragged by the likes of you.
Pledge of good faith. I'll take one half, and you take the other. There are boxes of them, barrels of them every day. You live on them, eh?
I wouldn't have ate it, only I'm too ladylike to take it out of me mouth.
This girl's going to put herself in your hands for 6 months for an experiment in teaching. She must understand thoroughly what she's doing.
Yeah, contracts.
If you're good and do whatever you're told, you shall sleep in a proper bedroom and money to buy chocolates and take rides in taxis. But if you are naughty and idle, you shall sleep in the back kitchen. At the end of 6 months, you shall be taken to Buckingham Palace. If the king finds out that you're not a lady, the police will take you to the Tower of London where your head will be cut off. If you are not found out, you shall have a present of 7 and 6 to start life with as a lady in a shop.
Would they really chop her head off?
Come with me, Eliza.
That's right, Mrs. Pierce. Bundle her off to the bathroom.
Stay here if I don't like, and I won't let nobody wallop me. Don't answer back, girl. I know what I was letting myself in for. I wouldn't have come here.
Take her anywhere and I'll pass her off as anything. I'll make a queen of that barbarous wretch.
Ooh.
I'll be a nice girl inside if you're dirty outside. I have to put you in here. This will be your bedroom.
She's never had a bath in her life.
I should be afraid to touch anything. I ain't a duchess yet, you know.
All she wants is a room somewhere.
You expect me to get into that and wet myself all over? Not me. I shall catch me death.
Doesn't that look amazing to her?
Oh, wow! Come out of that. Oh, wow! There.
Look how steamy and wonderful that looks. She's being a little ridiculous. Everybody does it.
Are you a man of good character where women are concerned?
Oh, good for him.
I find the moment that a woman makes friends with me, she becomes jealous, exacting. And I find the moment that I make friends with a woman, I become selfish and tyrannical.
I'm an ordinary man who desires nothing more than just an ordinary chance to live exactly as he likes. An average man am I, of no eccentric whim, who likes to live his life free of strife, doing whatever he thinks is best for him. Let a woman in your life, and your serenity is through. She'll redecorate your home from the cellar to the dome, then go on to the enthralling fun of overhauling you. Make a plan and you will find she has something else in mind, and so rather than do either, you do something else that neither likes at all. Let them buy their wedding band for those anxious little hands.
I do not like him.
I'm a very gentle man, even-tempered and good-natured, whom you never hear complain, who has the milk of human kindness by the quart in every vein.
No, call her dragon-tailed gutter rat.
Very gentle man. But let a woman in your life,
And Patience hasn't got a chance.
she will beg you for advice. Your reply will be concise, and she'll listen very nice. Go out and do precisely what she wants.
That's true.
Let the others of my sex tie the knot around their necks.
I prefer a new edition of the Spanish Inquisition.
I do love a good makeover. I want to know if she's also enjoying her bath.
The Lord above gave man an arm of iron so he could do his job and never shirk. The Lord above gave man an arm of iron with a little bit of luck, with a little bit of luck, with a little bit, with a little bit of luck you'll never work. The Lord above made liquor for temptation, but with a little bit of luck, with a little bit of luck, with a little bit, with a little bit.
His little prance.
With a little bit of luck, with a little bit of luck, you can have it all and not get hooked.
The Honourable Alfie Doolittle.
What are you doing in Eliza's house?
Former residence.
What are you talking about?
Your daughter Eliza. Oh, you're a lucky man, Alfie Doolittle.
Well, what about Eliza?
You don't tell him.
Moved in with a swell, Eliza has. Left her in a taxi all by herself, smart as paint. She wants her things sent over to 27A, Wimpole
Don't tell
Street,
him.
care of Professor Egan.
We're in for a booze up. The sun is shining on Alfred P. Doolittle. With a little bit of luck, with a little bit of luck, they'll go out and start supporting you.
Making her say her alphabet over and over, from sun up to sundown. You'll exhaust yourself. When will it stop?
When she does it properly, of course.
Alfred P. Doolittle, who wants to see you. He says you have his daughter here.
Phew, I say.
Well, send the blackguard up.
He may not be a blackguard, Higgins.
Oh, nonsense. Of course he's a blackguard, Pickering.
What's a blackguard?
Good morning, Governor. I come about a very serious matter, Governor.
Brought up in Hounslow? Mother Welsh, I should think. What is it you want, Doolittle?
I want my daughter, that's what I want.
Take her away. Do you think I'm going to keep your daughter for you?
The girl belongs to me. You got her. Where do I come in?
How dare you come here and attempt to blackmail me? You sent her here on purpose. I shall telephone the police.
Have I asked you for a brass farthing? I'll leave it to this gentleman here. Have I said a word about money?
What else did you come for?
Whoa. What would a bloke come for? Be human, Governor.
How did you know Eliza was here if you didn't send her?
Well, she sent back for her luggage, and I got to hear about it. She said she didn't want no clothes. What was I to think from that, Governor?
So you came here to rescue her from worse than death?
Just so, Governor, that's right.
Eliza's father has come to take her away. Give her to him, will you?
Now, wait a minute.
He doesn't actually want her back.
You and me is men of the world, ain't we?
Oh, men of the world, are we? Yes, you better
Men
go.
of the
Mr.
world,
Dillon.
I
are
think
we?
so indeed, sir.
I've took a sort of fancy to you, and all I ask is my rights as a father. You're the last man alive to expect me to let her go for nothing.
Have you no morals, man?
No, I can't afford them, Governor. Neither could you if you was as poor as me. Not that I mean any harm, mind you, but if Eliza's going to have a bit out of this, why not me, too? I'm one of the undeserving poor, that's what I am. Now, think what that means to a man. It means he's up against middle-class morality for all the time. If there's anything going and I puts in for a bit of it, it's always the same story. You're undeserving, so you can't have it. I don't need less than a deserving man. I need more. I don't eat less hearty than he does, and I drink, a lot more. I'm playing straight with you. I ain't pretending to be deserving. No, I'm undeserving. And I mean to go on being undeserving. I like it, and that's the truth.
And he doesn't want to work.
Is £5 unreasonable? I've put it to you. And I'll leave it to you.
Pretty good speech.
If we took this man in hand for 3 months, he could choose between a seat in the cabinet and a popular pulpit in Wales.
Just one good spree for myself and the missus.
Let's give him 10.
No, Mrs. wouldn't have the heart to spend 10, Governor. £10 is a lot of money. Makes a man feel prudent-like, and then goodbye to happiness. I beg your pardon, miss.
Oh, I'll say those ruddy vows one more time.
Blimey, it's Eliza. Well, I never thought she'd clean up so good-looking. She does me credit, don't she, Governor?
She does look pretty.
Well, good morning, gentlemen. Cheerio, Eliza.
Write to Mr. Ezra Wallingford and say that if he wants a lecturer, to get in touch with Mr. Alfred P. Doolittle, a common dustman, but one of the most original moralists in England.
Yes, sir.
A-E-I-O-U.
That's what I said. A-E-R-O-U. That's what I've been saying for 3 days, and I won't say 'em no more.
It's difficult, Miss Doolittle, but try
I
to
love him.
understand. Have a little patience with her, Higgins.
Of course. I promise you'll say your vowels correctly before this day is out, or there'll be no lunch, no dinner, and no chocolates.
Just you wait, Henry Higgins, till you're sick. And your screams to fetch a doctor double quick. Ooh, Henry Higgins. Just you wait until we're swimming in the sea. Ooh, Henry Higgins. And you gets a cramp a little ways from me.
Oh, she's predicting his deaths.
Just you wait. One evening the king will say, "Oh, Liza, old thing, I want all of England your praises to sing."
On the 20th of May, I proclaim Liza Doolittle Day.
Thanks a lot, king, says I, in a manner well bred, but all I want is Henry Higgins' head. Henry Higgins! Just you wait!
A.
Aye. The rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain.
What's this
The
from?
rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain.
So there's a movie where they say that and then they break out into song.
Every time you pronounce the letter H correctly, the flame will waver, and every time you drop your H, the flame will remain stationary. In Hertford, Hereford, and Hampshire, hurricanes hardly ever happen.
And she would just say, in Hartford?
In Hertford, Hereford, and Hampshire, hurricanes hardly ever happen.
Oh, ha, ha, ha.
Ha, 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 ha.
You know, with their G's, they say linger instead of linger. And they turn right round and say sing, using it where it isn't needed. In English, you have to do it with their G.
The girl, Higgins.
Go on, go on, go on, go on. How kind of you to let me come.
How kind of you to let me come.
No, kind of you. How kind of you to let
let me come.
How kind of you to let me come.
No, kind of you. It's like cup of tea, kind of you. Cup of tea. Say cup of tea.
Oh, this is hard to watch.
Cup of tea.
Oh, no. Put your tongue forward until it squeezes on the top of your lower teeth. And then say cup.
Cup.
Then say of.
Of.
Then say cup, of, cup, cup,
of.
By Jove, Higgins, that was a glorious tea. Why don't you finish that last strawberry tart? I couldn't eat another thing. Shame to waste it.
Oh, it won't be wasted. I know somebody who's immensely fond of strawberry tarts. Cheep, 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 cheep.
Ow!
Oh, Professor Higgins.
No, not poor Professor Higgins.
4, 5, 6.
Candy?
Marbles.
Marbles. That can't be him.
With better, more, I can't.
I say, Higgins, are those pebbles really necessary?
If they were necessary for Demosthenes, they are necessary for Eliza Doolittle.
With better, more,
So it's choking hazard.
Victory, I can't hear a word the girl's saying. What's the matter?
I swallowed one.
I got plenty more. Open your mouth. 1, 2.
Quit. Professor Higgins, here are 3. Oh, payday, we will quit. Professor Higgins.
I'm so tired. I'm so tired.
Do be reasonable.
I am always reasonable.
Arguable.
I know your headaches. I know you're tired. I know your nerves are as raw as meat in a butcher's window. The majesty and grandeur of the English language is the greatest possession we have.
I don't know if she agrees with you.
And that's what you've set yourself out to conquer, Eliza. And conquer it you will.
It's the first time he was nice to her. Come on, Eliza. Come on. Where's our turning point?
Now try it again.
The rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain.
What was that?
The rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain.
Again.
The rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain.
I think she's got it. I think she's got it.
The rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain.
Where does it rain?
On the plain, on the plain.
And where's that soggy plain?
In Spain, in Spain.
Rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain. Rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain.
But can she say anything else besides that sentence?
Hurricanes hardly happen. How kind of you to let me come.
Now once again, where does it rain?
On the plain, in Spain, in Spain.
The rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain. Oh, hey! Oh, ah! Let's test her in public and see how she fares.
Mr. Higgins, I was awakened by a dreadful pounding. Do you know what it might have been?
If this goes on, Mrs. Pierce, you better see a doctor. I know. We'll take her to the races.
Eliza, I don't care what Mr. Higgins says. You must put down your books and go to bed.
Bed, I couldn't go to bed. My head's too light to try to set it down. Could have danced all night and still have begged for more. Could have spread my wings and done 1,000 things.
She's so happy. She had her turning point.
Once my heart took flight.
Is she happy because she finally mastered it? Or is she happy because she has a crush on Higgins now? Oh my gosh. I love being tucked in. The races. He's totally Pretty Womaning her. And they go to the races. The thing is, he doesn't only need to teach her how to speak, but the customs and the manners and... Do I never dress up to go anywhere anymore? Only celebrities.
What a frenzied moment that was! Didn't they maintain
He missed the gray suit memo.
Henry, what a disagreeable surprise. Promise never to come to Ascot. Go home at once.
I can't, Mother. I'm here on business.
You offend all my friends. The moment they meet you, I've never seen them again.
What a disagreeable...
I picked up a girl. I'm taking her to the annual embassy ball, but I wanted to try her out first.
I beg your pardon?
Oh, she'll be all right. I've taught her how to speak properly. She's to keep to two subjects, the weather and everybody's health.
Where's the girl now?
She's being pinned. Some of the clothes she bought didn't quite fit.
Lord Boxing.
Ah!
I've seen this look. Oh my, that is a hat.
May I introduce Miss Eliza Doolittle?
My dear Miss Doolittle.
How kind of you to let me come.
Delighted, my dear.
Howdy do.
How do you do?
How do you do?
And Freddie Eynsford Hill.
How do you do?
Freddie. He was the one outside the theater that dropped her flowers, and then the mother was like, "Oh, get me a cab, I'll catch pneumonia."
Will it rain, do you think?
The rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain. My aunt died of influenza, so they said. But it's my belief they done the old woman in. Why should she die of influenza when she come through diphtheria right enough the year before? Fairly blue with it she was. Now what call would a woman with that strength in her have to die of influenza? And what become of her new straw hat that should have come to me? Somebody pinched it.
Oh boy.
And what I say is, them as pinched it done her in.
Done her in, did you say?
Whatever does it mean?
To do somebody in means to kill them.
But you surely don't believe your aunt was killed.
Do I not? Have I said anything I oughtn't?
What?
Would I
Yeah.
always
I don't know whether there's enough time before the next race to place a bet, but come, my dear.
I have a bet on number 7. I should be so happy if you would take it.
There they are again, lining up to run. This is thrilling.
Come on. Come on, Dover. And Dover! Move your blooming arse!
Don't upset yourself.
You don't expect to take her to the embassy ball.
Don't you think she's ready for it?
She's ready for a canal barge.
Well, her language may need a little refining.
I advise you to give it up now and not put yourself and this poor girl through any more. You're a pretty pair of babies playing with your live doll.
I say, sir,
Good evening, sir.
Dinner ready? I'm famished.
Immediately, sir.
He likes her.
When she mentioned how her aunt bit off the spoon, she completely done me in. And I never saw a more enchanting farce than the moment when she shouted, "Move your bloomin'."
Yes, sir?
is Miss Doolittle in?
Whom shall I say is calling?
Freddie Eynsford Hill. Tell her I'm the chap who was sniggering at her. And will you give her these?
I have often
I
walked,
kind of do like that he likes her for
but the pavement always stayed beneath my
quirkiness.
feet.
That, move your blooming ass.
Let the time go by. I won't care if I can be here on the street where you live.
Miss Doolittle says she doesn't want to see anyone ever again.
But why? She was unbelievable. Tell her that I'll wait.
Oh, but it might be days, sir, even weeks.
But don't you see, I'll be happier here.
People stop and stare, they don't bother me, for there's nowhere else on earth that I would rather be.
Okay, that's pretty sweet. He just wants to be on the street where she lives.
I want to call off the bet. I know you're a stubborn man, but so am I. This experiment is over, and nothing short of an order from the king could force me to recant. You understand, Higgins? It's over. Higgins, if there's any mishap at the embassy tonight, if Miss Doolittle suffers any embarrassment whatever, it'll be on your head alone.
Did we just fast forward? Please give us a staircase moment.
At a moment like this with so much at stake, it's utterly indecent that you don't need a glass of port.
That's always like me. I'm like, do I need to feel anxiety for the both of us? We definitely got a staircase moment. Oh my gosh.
Doolittle, you look beautiful.
Bad? Not bad at all.
Oh my gosh, she does look like a princess. Intermission. They better show us the ball. Okay, we're coming back. Entranced. I don't think I'm allowed to skip. That means you're not allowed to skip. You know what that is? Oh, it's only 1 minute, I think. Here we go. Show us the ball. Yes!
Don't you remember me? Your first, your greatest, your best pupil. I'm Zoltan Karpathy. Teach me phonetics, you cannot forget me.
Why don't you have your hair cut? If I had my hair cut, nobody would notice me.
Professor Karpathy.
Oh,
I make them
no.
all pain.
Excuse me, sir, you are wanted upstairs. Her Excellency asks you.
Excuse me.
He's gonna figure her out.
Viscountess Sampson.
How is she ever gonna go back? She's used to bathtubs now, and...
Viscount and Viscountess Hilliard.
Miss Doolittle.
How do you do?
Good evening, Colonel.
Good evening.
Such a faraway look, as if she's always lived in a garden.
So she has a sort of garden.
How nice of you to invite. How does it go?
Henry must take Eliza home at once. There's a language expert here, sort of imposterologist.
Beg your pardon? The young lady with Colonel Pick. Find out who she is.
Pleasure.
The whole situation's highly explosive.
Uh-oh.
Tell me, Zoltan, some more about the Greek ambassador.
Gladly, Professor.
Our Majesty, the Queen of Transylvania, His Royal Highness, Prince Gregor.
I thought those other people were hosting the party. No, Oh, okay. What a beautiful
Charming, quite charming.
I'm feeling a little conflicted. Because part of me, I don't want her to lose her spunk and who she is and, just be like everyone else in this snobby high society. But I do want her to be able to be successful and follow her dreams of working at a shop. That's the guy who just came walking, right? And no one's actually going to cut her head off as she's lying. Pickering is going to have an aneurysm. He's going to be so nervous.
Doolittle, my son, would like to dance with you.
Can she dance?
Elle est charmante. Très distinguée.
You go, girl.
Higgins, you were superb. Absolutely superb.
Tonight, old man, you did it. You did it. You did it.
What were the things they were whispering?
All alone, you hurdled every obstacle in sight.
All alone.
Now wait. Give credit where it's due. A lot of the glory goes to you.
No, she did it.
You should have heard the oohs and ahs, everyone wondering who she was. And when the Prince of Transylvania asked to meet her and gave his arm to lead her to the floor, I said to him, you did it, you did it, you did it.
He made it the devilish business of his to find out who this Miss Doolittle is.
She's not happy.
Oiled his way around the floor. Every trick that he could play, he used to strip her mask away. And with a voice too eager and a smile too broad, he announced to the hostess that she was a fraud.
No.
Jawohl. Her English is too good, he said. That clearly indicates that she is foreign. Whereas others are instructed in their native language, English people aren't. And although she may have studied with an expert dialectician and grammarian, she was born Hungarian, but of royal blood.
Hey, does anyone want to recognize that she's in the room?
Leave my head behind one of these days. What the devil have I done with my slippers?
Here are your slippers. There! And there!
What's the matter? Is anything wrong?
I could kill you, you selfish brute. Why'd you leave me where you picked me out of in the gutter? You thank God it's all over now. You can throw me back again there, do you?
Oh, so the creature's nervous after all.
Stop calling her a creature.
claws in, you cat. How dare you show your temper to me?
You wouldn't care if I was dead. I'm nothing to you, not as much as them slippers.
Why have you suddenly begun going on like this? Has anybody behaved badly? Colonel Pickering, Mrs. Pierce?
No.
Oh, you don't pretend that I have treated you badly. Perhaps you're tired after the strain of the day. Would you have a chocolate?
No!
Well, it's only natural that you should be anxious. It's all over now. Nothing more to worry about.
Oh, God, I wish I was dead.
Why? In heaven's name, why? All this irritation is purely subjective.
I'm too ignorant.
It's just imagination. Nothing's wrong. Nobody's hurting you.
How could he be so dense right now?
I heard your prayers. Thank God it's all over.
Don't you thank God it's all over and how you're free and you can do what you like.
Where am I to go? What am I to do? What's to become of me?
Oh, that's what's worrying you, is it? All men are not confirmed old bachelors like me and the Colonel. Most men are the marrying sort.
He really doesn't have feelings for her?
Before you go, sir.
Yes.
Do my clothes belong to me or to Colonel Pickering? I want to know what I may take away with me. I don't want to be accused of stealing.
You shouldn't have said that, Eliza. That shows a want of feeling.
Please, will you tell me what belongs to me and what doesn't?
If these belong to me and not the jeweler, I'd ram them down your ungrateful throat.
The ring isn't the jeweler's, it's the one you bought me in Brighton. I don't want it now. Don't you hit me!
Infamous creature, how dare you suggest such a thing? It's you who've hit me. You've caused me to lose my temper. A thing that's hardly ever happened to me before. I don't wish to discuss it further tonight. I'm going to bed. Damn my own folly for having lavished my hard-earned knowledge and the treasure of my regard and intimacy on a heartless gutter snipe.
Oh! How does he not understand that, of course, she would be extremely anxious about what she does now?
Just you wait, Henry Higgins, just you wait. You'll be sorry, but your tears'll be too late. You will be the one it's done to, and you'll have no one to run to. Just you wait.
She's having an identity crisis.
I have often walked down this street before, but the pavement always stayed beneath my feet before. All at once am I several stories high.
He is waiting for her.
And
I
like him. The towering feeling. People stop and stare. They don't.
Darling. Freddie, whatever are you doing here?
Nothing. I spend most of my nights here. Don't laugh at me, Miss Doolittle.
Don't you call me Miss Doolittle, do you hear? Eliza's good enough for me.
Speak, and the world is full of singing, and I am winging higher than the birds.
Words, 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 I'm so sick of words. Is that all you blighters can do? If you're in love, show me. Tell me no dreams.
He has been here almost every night.
Don't talk of spring, just hold me tight. Anyone who's ever been in love will tell you that this is no time for a chat. Show me. Don't talk of love lasting through time. Make me no undying vow. Sing me no song, read me no rhyme. Show me. Talk of June, don't talk of fall. Don't talk at all. Show me.
He's trying, I think, honey.
Darling, shall I come with you?
Oh, she doesn't know who she is. Maybe she does.
Warm face, warm hands, warm feet, how would it be lovely? Oh, so
Biofflaw,
miss.
Yes, please.
They know each other from before?
Good morning, miss. Can I help you?
Do you mind if I warm my hands?
Go right ahead, miss.
Yes?
Oh, excuse me, miss. For a second, I thought you were somebody else. Can I get you a taxi, ma'am? Lady like you shouldn't be walking alone round London this hour in the morning.
No, thank you.
Maybe it's just the hat. Maybe if she took off the hat, they would recognize her.
Do come again, Mr. Doolittle. We value your patronage always.
We must visit it more often.
Father?
Oh, no. Well, I'm miserable, all right. You can tell him that straight.
What are you talking about? What you dressed up for?
As if you didn't know. Go on back to that Wimpole Street devil. Tell him what he's done to me.
What's he done to you?
Tied me up and delivered me in the hands of middle-class morality. Don't you defend him. Was it him or was it not him? Wrote to an old American blighter named Wallingford, who was giving $5 million to found moral reform societies. Tell him the most original moralist in England was Mr. Alfred P. Doolittle.
Sounds like one of his jokes.
You may call it a joke. It's put the lid on me proper. The old bloke died and left me £4,000 a year in his blooming will. We're all intimidated. That's what we are, intimidated. That's what your precious professor's brought me to.
Not my precious professor.
Sent you back, has he? First he shoves me in the middle class, then he chucks you out for me to support you. That's all part of his plan. Don't you take tuppence from me. You stand on your own 2 feet. You're a lady now and you can do it.
I'm getting married in the morning. Ding dong, the bells are gonna chime.
I've heard this song before.
If I am dancing, roll up the floor. If I am whistling, be out the door.
Married in the morning. Yeah, this is one.
The bells are gonna chime. Getting married in the morning. Ding dong, the bells are gonna chime. Get me to the church on time.
I'm really worried about him getting to the church on time. Get to the church, my friend! Although I've never seen him with this fiance of his, so I don't know how good of a sign that is.
Good luck, old chum. Good health. I'm getting married in the morning. Ding dong, the bells are gonna chime.
Did either of you gentlemen frighten her last night?
Last night, I hardly said a word to her. You were there. Did you bully her after I went to bed?
Well, the other way around. She threw the slippers at me.
You can't give Eliza's name to the police as if she were a thief or a lost umbrella.
Why not? I want to find the girl. She belongs to me. I paid £5 for her.
I want to report a missing person. A Miss Eliza Doolittle. No, a hair. Well, a sort of nondescript, neutral sort of...
Brown.
Brown, yes. No, this is her residence. About between 3 and 4 this morning, I understand. Well, just let's call her a good friend, shall we? Listen to me, my man. I don't like the tenor of that question. What the girl does here is our affair. Your affair is to get her back so that she can continue doing it. Well, I'm dashed.
I'm dashed. I'm gonna use that.
What in all in heaven can have prompted her to go?
Oh my gosh.
What could have possessed her?
She literally told you 5 times, Higgins.
They're nothing but exasperating, irritating, vacillating, calculating, agitating, maddening, and infuriating hags.
Oh, I want to speak to Mr. Brewster Budgeon, please. Yes, I'll wait.
Why can't a woman be more like a man?
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna throttle him.
So thoroughly square, eternally noble, who when you win will always give your back a pat. But why can't a woman be like that? Can't a woman learn to use her head?
Oh my gosh.
Would you be wounded if I never sent you flowers?
Never.
Well, why can't a woman be like you?
Why don't you guys just get married then? Because... gosh.
If I were hours late for dinner, would you bellow?
Of course.
I need him to have his turning point because I don't really like him. And I think I'm supposed to.
Listen, Boozy, I'll tell you why I rang up. Something rather unpleasant's happened this end. Could I come and see you? Well, I could, yes, now, straight away. Righto, good. Thank you. Goodbye, Boozy. Thank you very much.
Goodbye, Bruzy.
You're a woman. Why can't a woman be more like a man?
Tell him, Miss Pierce.
Why is thinking something women never do? And why is logic never even tried? Straightening up their hair is all they ever do.
Keep going. Keep going.
They just said they're congratulating each other on how marvellous they've been.
This is simply appalling. I should not have thrown my slippers at him. I should have thrown the firearms. You not only danced with a prince last night, you behaved like a princess.
She went to his mom.
Thing, do you?
Good afternoon, Professor Higgins. Are you quite well?
Don't you dare try that game on me. I taught it to you.
No woman could resist such an invitation.
How did this baggage get here in the first place?
Oh, I'm gonna punch him in the face.
I should never have known how ladies and gentlemen behave if it hadn't been for Colonel Pickering. He always showed me that he felt and thought about me as if I was something better than a common flower girl. Apart from the things one can pick up, the difference between a lady and a flower girl is not how she behaves, but how she is treated. I shall always be a flower girl to Professor Higgins because he always treats me as a flower girl girl and always will. But I know I shall always be a lady to Colonel Pickering because he always treats me as a lady and always will.
If my son starts breaking up things, I give you full permission to have him evicted. Henry, dear, I suggest you stick to 2 subjects, the weather and your health.
Oh, burn. You go, Mama.
If you come back, you'll be treated as you've always been treated. I can't change my nature. I don't tend to change my manners. My manners are exactly the same as Colonel Pickering. The question is not whether I treat you rudely, but whether you've ever heard me treat anyone else better.
But I won't be passed over.
Then get out of my way, for I won't stop for you. You talk about me as though I was a motor bus.
I can get along without you. Don't you think I can't?
I know you can. I told you you could.
Henry.
I've learnt something from your idiotic notions. I confess that.
Well, you have my voice on your gramophone. It has no feelings to hurt. What am I to come back for?
For the fun of it, that's why I took you on.
Freddie Hill writes me 2 and 3 times a day, sheets and sheets.
Oh, in short, you want me to be as infatuated about you as he is that it?
I want a little kindness. I know I'm a common ignorant girl and you're a book-learned gentleman, but I'm not dirt under your feet.
Thank you.
Then Eliza, you're a fool.
That's not the proper answer to give me.
The only answer you'll get you to stop being a plain idiot. If you're going to be a lady, you'll have to give up feeling neglected. If you can't appreciate what you've got, you better get what you can appreciate.
Oh, I can't talk to you. You always turn everything against me. I'm always in the wrong. But don't be too sure that you have me under your feet to be trampled on and talked down. I'll marry Freddie, I will, as soon as I'm able to support him.
That poor devil who couldn't get a job as an errand boy, even if he had the guts to try for it.
Freddie loves me. That makes him king enough for me. I don't want him to work. He wasn't brought up to it as I was. What you taught me, I'll teach phonetics.
Ha, ha, ha.
I'll offer myself as an assistant to that brilliant Hungarian.
What, that imposter, that humbug, that toadying ignoramus?
What a fool I was. What a dominated fool to think you were the earth and sky.
Fool I was, what an addle-pated fool, what a mutton-headed dolt was I. Now, my reverberating
So
friend,
she can switch back and forth.
You are not the beginning and the end.
You impudent hussy.
Oh!
Head or a word in your mouths that I haven't put there.
England still will be here without you. There'll be fruit on the tree and a shore by the sea. Art and music will thrive without you.
Dress.
Somehow Keats will survive without you.
Brazen hussy.
I'll kill him.
So go back in your shell. I can do bloody well without...
By George, I really did it. Like a woman, and indeed I did. I knew that I could do it. I knew it. I knew it. Eliza, you're magnificent. 5 minutes ago, you were a millstone round my neck, and now you're a tower of strength, a consort battleship. I like you this way.
Goodbye, Professor Higgins. You shall not be seeing me again.
You've done it now. You did it. You did it.
What am I to do?
Do without, I suppose.
And so I shall. If the Higgins oxygen burns up her little lungs, let her seek some stuffiness that suits her. She's an owl sickened by a few days of my sunshine. Very well, let her go. I can do without her. I can do without anyone. I have my own soul, my own spark of divine fire.
Keep telling yourself that, buddy.
Damn, 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 damn. I've grown accustomed to her face. She almost makes the day begin. I've grown accustomed to the tune that she whistles night and noon. Her smiles, her frowns, her ups, her downs are second nature to me now. I was serenely independent and content before we met. Surely I could always be that way again. I've grown accustomed to her look, accustomed to her voice, accustomed to her face. But she'll regret it. She'll regret it. It's doomed before they even take the vow. In a year or so, when she's prematurely grey and the blossom in her cheek has turned to chalk.
You're being grinchy right now. You look grinchy.
Miserable and lonely, repentant and contrite. Will I take her in or hurl her to the wolves? Give her kindness or the treatment she deserves? Will I take her back or throw the baggage out? Well, I'm a most forgiving man.
I think it's too late.
The sort who never could.
I don't think you could turn me.
I shall never take her back. Slam the door and let the Hellcat freeze.
Okay. Hellcat, hussy, gutter snipe. I don't think we're coming back from this.
But I'm so used to hear her say good morning every day. I'm very grateful she's a woman, and so easy to forget. Rather like a habit one can always break. I've grown accustomed to the trace, something in the air, accustomed to her face.
It's gotta be over pretty soon. Like minutes. Guys?
Oh, we are proud. He ain't above giving lessons, not him. I heard him say so. I'm come to have lessons, I am, and to pay for 'em too, make no mistake. I want to be a lady in a flower shop, instead of selling at the corner of Tottenham Court Road. But they won't take me unless I can talk more genteelly. I am. Ready to pay, not asking any favour, and he treats me as if I was dirt.
Almost irresistible. She's so deliciously low. I'll take it. I'll make a duchess of this draggle-tailed gutter snipe.
I washed my face and hands before I come, I did.
Eliza, where the devil are my slippers?
Processing. Okay, let's zone this. He missed her. She comes in, she knows that he misses her because she said, if you miss me, just turn on my voice. And not did he play her ladylike voice, he played her real voice and who she is. You saw his little smile, and then he said, get my slippers. And I honestly don't know if they are supposed to or will have a romantic relationship. I feel like he's a little old for her, but maybe that was the times. But even if they were all just 3 best friends, her and Pickering and Henry, that would be okay. But I need to believe that the song of I've grown accustomed to her face was his turning point, and he wasn't going to treat her like dirt on his shoes or beneath her. And he did say in the thing at his mom's, he's like, it's not just you, I just don't like anybody. And he is kind of one of those people that just like, I mean, he did call her some pretty horrible names, but he also just doesn't seem to like people. But he's grown accustomed to her face. I don't know about it. I don't know about that ending, and I wanted him to grovel, and maybe I wanted them to kiss. I don't know, I can't sort my feelings about that out. But like, I wanted her to be, at the end, say, you know, get your own damn slippers. And then like him smile and say, I'm so sorry. You are a jewel and a lady, and I love you. And I love your face. That's what happened. Didn't you guys see it? That's what happened. I liked it. I really enjoyed it. I could just look at Audrey Hepburn all day. Question, was that her voice? Because sometimes it seemed like the voice and the mouth was off, but I didn't know if that was just when they were like in the olden days syncing the film. I don't know. I know that I might get flack, but I thought it was a little too long. Personally, I probably could have gone without one of the dad's songs, and maybe Why Can't Women Be Like Men song. But I still really enjoyed it. I liked the music, I liked the story, loved Eliza, and I loved Pickering, and I liked Henry, and I have to believe, like I said, that he is a changed man and saw the error of his ways. I'm calling her a hussy, dirty rat, worm, snake. Anyways, okay. My Fair Lady. Totally where Pretty Woman came from, right? Okay, thanks so much for watching along with me, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.